To call the October 7th, 2025 City of LaPorte Board of Public Works and Safety meeting to order. We will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Roscoe Huffman. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Member Romine?
Present.
Mayor Dermody?
Present.
Member Kosher?
Here.
All present.
Make sure to check everybody's cell phone so you turn the ringer off. Approval of September 16th, 2025 meeting minutes.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Approval of September 24th, 2025 special meeting minutes.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Clerk Treasurer, claims approval.
Okay, we have Civil City payroll from 9/26/25 in the amount of $559,693.76.
I move we approve the Civil City payroll.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Quarter 3 quarterly payroll, this is for police and fire merit, $1,926.88.
I move we approve the
Quarter
quarterly
3 quarterly payroll. Yep.
Yes.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Tongue twister for you. Okay, we have Civil City claims in the amount of $1,035,973.41.
I move we approve the Civil City claims.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Sewage claims in the amount of $563,058.21.
I move we approve the sewage claims.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
And water claims in the amount of $338,805.09.
I move we approve the water claims.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
This is under me, but I'm not sure of the details. It is an invoice that didn't make it onto the docket, but needs to be paid for water damage at City Hall in the amount of $1,028.64.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
I'm going to save department head reports so we can, Ms. Romine can be here for motions. First, we have a ticket appeal.
Good morning. God bless you.
Excuse me.
So I have a ticket appeal on restricted area parking, and I sent it to the police department, and they looked it over. When you first received the information on it, the recommendation was to uphold the ticket, but after further looking at the pictures and where he was actually parked, the recommendation from the police department has changed to voiding this ticket because the individual couldn't have read the sign from where he was at. So that's the police recommendation, is to void this ticket and to ask our street department to put up a new sign there.
Motion to void this ticket.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes, and I would like to say, Mr. Fraze, he can see this, but we have been focused on quite a few signs changing out besides this one, so.
And, I mean, it's not, I mean, I haven't seen it in person, I guess, but it's not horrible, but I get it.
Yeah, and it might depend too on the time of day he was parking there, at night, if they're really faded, they don't have that reflectivity anymore, and so those things kind of depend.
Well, it's better. I looked last night and I thought it was a New York blower. I thought Scott Hamilton got a ticket.
Oh, no.
I can't read his good print. He writes so well, I couldn't read it. But with that New York blower grand opening,
Yeah, New York Blower wants to host a grand opening at the new office building and public park, and that is going to happen on October 21st. They're requesting to close the section of street from Boston.
can't hear in that, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Now I can,
Oh,
thank
okay.
you.
From Boston Street all the way to the railroad crossing that's just past, like on the edge of their property. So not the entirety of Factory Street, just that section there. They would like to request it to be closed for about 3 hours.
Motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, if you haven't driven by Blower's corporate office, it looks fantastic, amazing. It should be a great event.
I'd like to note that they have buildings on both sides of the road, and so that's, their concern is that visitors doing tours are crossing the street at that point. So that's they have a safety concern.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
And, well, just a quick note, so the railroad tracks, because I think when you first mentioned that, it caught me off guard, but it's the South Shore tracks, not the other tracks.
Absolutely,
which
I'm
would have been-
sorry.
Yeah, so that, just to make sure,
Not the
yeah.
tracks on Boston Street at, what does it become there? Pulaski? No. When you cross the tracks, it becomes something else. But anyway,
I forgot, yeah.
not the tracks there, it's the
Okay.
tracks on Factory Street. It's a one rail. That's it. Is it, oh, it turns into box.
But,
Okay.
I mean, it really is, I mean, they've done a nice job of, I think, improving the aesthetics in that area.
Okay. Anything else?
Lease agreement, City of LaPorte Interfaith Community Pads.
And Ned, I don't know if you have anything to add. We did this agreement with them last year. This is for the train depot. Mayor, I think, very, very happy with what transpired. So I think.
Absolutely.
I think
and-
this was at your recommendation. Yeah.
Correct, and so this will be the last year that they use the depot building while they find a more permanent spot in the city of LaPorte. But it's something that will begin October 15th, and as the weather changes quickly, like today, it will be good to begin, so I
They
think.
served quite a few members of the community last year on a continuing basis. I mean, it didn't start until we had a really, really cold spell, so it's hard to judge how it's going to work opening, on October 15th, but they did have a steady flow of clientele at the cold shelter.
Is it October 15th to April 15th or somewhere in that range?
Ooh, I forgot the
Weather.
end date. Is it, I think it is April.
I thought it,
Sorry, apologize here.
It had went to March last year, and we extended it to April, so I'm pretty certain it goes to April.
Okay.
I apologize.
That's what I thought I had remembered as well.
do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? And they're constantly looking for volunteers.
Oh, yeah.
So there's opportunities to serve or write a check. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. And I wasn't just looking at you when I said that, so I was looking there too.
Felt like it.
Yeah. Craig Phillips, award public purchase of Beechwood Lakes property.
Yes, thank you. Borrow that. Okay, so you'll recall, I believe it was September 4th of last year, if I'm not mistaken, we did a bid opening on the purchase of the Beechwood Lakes property. Since that time, or at that time, we received one bid we read aloud, which I will read again. The bid was received from Park Street Community LLC. Option A was a bid of $1,870,000. Option B, and that was the purchase of the land with the city paying for infrastructure envisioned in the plan. Option B was $2,510,000, and they purchased the land and complete approximately 75% of the infrastructure costs. Since that time, we spent quite a bit of time with the developer negotiating the final development agreement, which, as you recall, has been recently approved by both this body and the city council. So as a final step in this process, we need to accept and award the bid we received so that we can move on to the closing of the sale of the property. And so we have agreed upon option A, $1,870,000, in conjunction with the development agreement that was previously put together and approved. The minimum bid, which was the average of the two appraisals for the property, was $1,865,000, so this is just slightly above that minimum bid. And with that, I am happy to answer any questions that you have.
Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Discussion.
Yeah, would you mind just kind of going through the decision-making on, like, between the A and the B pieces?
So, option A was, like I said, the purchase of the property, but the city completing most of the infrastructure costs related to that since that time. And option B was the developer purchasing the land for $2,510,000, but the developer would complete about 75% of the estimated infrastructure costs. Since that time, we've gone through lengthy discussions and negotiations and arrived at the option A being the purchase price for the property at $1.87 million. And the developer has put together a development agreement that consists primarily of kind of the return of some of the TIF dollars, the tax dollars received by the city for the property back to the developer to complete that infrastructure project up to a point. So we're going with the base option A bid with the development agreement attached to that.
Okay, so like in terms of like the city's piece, is the net better for the city on the option A then? I guess that's what I'm trying to figure out, like, is that overall?
That's what the development agreement ended up at.
Okay,
So
so
it's
kind
not
of-
a matter of what's better for the city. I think it's the fact that the developer has agreed to finance all of the infrastructure costs related to the project as opposed
Which
to.
I think is better for the city.
75%
75%,
in
okay.
the development agreement scheme that we put together.
Okay.
As part of that, so.
But
yeah,
that is
so
better for the city.
It is better for the city because ultimately we're not actually putting any cash out for the infrastructure costs. It's all borne by the developer.
And it's a known quantity for the city?
Yes.
Okay.
Were you gonna say anything? I saw you shaking your head, yes, when we were talking about the savings for the city. So you agree that it is a better prospect?
Yeah, we're not taking on any extra debt as a result of this agreement.
Yeah, Craig is exactly right. The only other point, the developer absorbs all of the risk of the infrastructure in this scenario. Right, so it's a little bit different, and that's not uncommon for projects like this, as we have to work through those numbers and kind of refine the costs associated with the infrastructure, because that's the biggest investment. So in this version that you're accepting, the developer takes that risk, not the city.
And meeting the specifications of our water and wastewater team.
Yeah, I think that is a good point. Thank you.
Further comment?
Mayor, I would just comment, obviously, this was a very generous donation that the city received. This property was on the market for a couple years, and ultimately it was reduced, I think, below the price, or right around or below what is being accepted here. So they couldn't get this on the fair market for a long time, so it's a good, I think ultimately a good result for the city.
That's true.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Housing, housing, housing. Mr. Phillips, housing, housing, housing. Jerry Jackson.
I have a settlement of sorts.
Oh, microphone.
Sorry, a settlement of sorts for a basement backup for 304 Martin Street. Just the city, when we have a sewer blockage and it causes damage to a basement, during dry weather, we generally cover the damage. If there's a wet weather event, generally our insurance company says we're not liable. So this is a dry weather event where we had a blockage and had to back up into the basement. This claim came about because we had already taken care of cleanup costs, and then mold became an issue. And it became an issue a little bit down the road from the initial cleanup. So I believe Nick put this agreement together that says, okay, we'll take care of the mold cleanup, and then that's it. You've released all claims on the city. The amount is for $7,605.18. The mold cleanup is $3,839.95. The difference between those two is the cleanup that previously already happened.
And some property damage too, as
Yes,
well.
yes,
Yep.
yes.
Which is
Yep.
all attached here, yeah.
Yep.
Motion to approve?
Motion.
Second?
Is this all coming out of the same grant that the backups come out of?
No, this is just, the basement backup grant is wet weather events.
Yeah, 'cause
This
this
is
is-
just a covered liability.
I see.
Yep.
So not quite, I understand.
Yep.
So, and this is, I mean, it's definitely the city's liability for sure on this piece?
It's been general practice that when we have a sewer backup in dry weather and it backs into a customer's home, we've taken care of the cleanup. That's a policy decision. You can argue that one way or the other. But we clean sewers, and in fact, we just had new inspection equipment that we bought here recently, trying to limit backups. Backups happen, but we try to limit them. And it's a little hard to look the customer in the face and say, the city had a blockage, you had damage, therefore you should pay for the cleanup. So that's kind of how we got to where we are today.
We do what we say we're going to do, and
Yeah.
that's part of that, so.
Yep.
We're doing the right thing.
Is there, is there a problem there that caused the backup, and has that been addressed?
It has. We were out, we've cleaned the pipe, and it's in good shape now.
Okay.
Did we use, or have we purchased the new machine that will?
Melissa's got it tied into GIS now, so as we take data, it goes straight into GIS, and we just started using it, so we're getting there.
Excellent.
Yep.
Oh, the machine that does the.
Yes.
That we just got.
Yep. Yep.
Awesome.
Yep. And that should cause us to have fewer blockages down the road. That's always the goal.
No pun intended.
When I first got this job, we didn't really have an active sewer department. When there was a blockage, we went out and unplugged it, and that was our sewer department. And since then, we've got to cleaning sewers and trying to prevent. And I don't have initial numbers because we didn't keep track, but we had a blockage, it seemed like every week. And now we have 3, 4, 5 a year. So yeah, a little bit of work changed things.
And this is why, as well, we need to continue with our infrastructure that we've talked about since day one, having $100 million worth of infrastructure improvements. And as we talk about it, and we know it's a tough time for residents, money is tight, but as well, people want their backups. They don't want them coming into their garage, or into their basement. They don't want coming into their streets where their kids and grandchildren are playing. And the only way we continue to improve that situation is by increased wastewater fees that are, or monthly bills that are less than the state average. I think we're very competitive, and making sure those dollars all go into infrastructure to keep our community safe. So I do have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Nick Minnick, Garden Street, which looks fantastic.
Yes, it does. Thank you for LaPorte County partnering with us on that. So if you remember, we had an agreement to work with the county on paving Garden Street. Garden Street was part of our Community Crossings grant program, but our contract was awarded to a different contractor. So we would have had the city paving a portion and then the county coming in and paving another portion. We were able to utilize the county's paving contract, and really it's a wash on cost. Maybe it costs us slightly more because we don't have our 50% match, but I think the quality of the product is great. Not that our contractor couldn't have done that great a quality, but having one contractor do the whole thing just ended up being a really nice project and good partnership. So the total cost, including striping, is $41,679.94. And I'll make the same motion on the next one. I'd request payment pending, we're receiving our draws for paving dollars now. So pending the funds being available, approval of this invoice.
For the county.
Correct.
And we're paying the county versus direct to Reith Riley and the air
Correct, yep.
marking.
The county has a contract with Reith Riley that is like a very large paving contract where they can do it at a reduced cost because most everything they're doing is just straight road. There's a lot less detail, and they can kind of do it on their schedule, so, we're able to work with the county and kind of jump on their contract, which is lower than we would see even in our community crossings.
Well, they're here today. I hope they're not nervous that we're actually going to pay our bills.
Oh, no,
so-
don't worry, we're gonna open quotes later too, so.
I can't read, I apologize, the total for the air marking or air?
Yeah, so,
What is that total?
let me get that out here. $1,492.26. And the asphalt was $40,187.68. So the invoice from the LaPorte County Highway Department is that total of $41,679.94.
Okay. Motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Just comment, it really is, it's wonderful to have that paved, even if it's for just driving traffic, or I think Mr. Jackson and I have talked about, like, it's a great linkage for cyclists. I often see runners out there, and I literally avoided that road on my bike.
I cycled down it Sunday, it was glorious.
So, yeah, very nice, really well done.
We're missing
Glorious.
some,
Glorious.
It's a good word, yeah.
missing a little greenery, but NIPSCO or utilities have come in and cleared the edge along there too. So it does feel a little safer along the edge for running and biking.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Open quotes, Perry Street.
We have a, do you want to wait on the other street paving stuff then?
Meaning,
2024-2 street paving pay app.
I apologize. Yes, let's start there.
Okay, all right. So I have a change order to go with this pay application. So this change order is for really kind of some drainage work we're doing in addition to the community crossings paving work. A lot of this will be supported by our stormwater department. So the change order is $52,973.66, and I would recommend approval of that, which will allow us to then approve the pay application.
Make a
Motion.
motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
And then for our pay application number 3, we have a total of $172,270.58. And again, we are receiving our MVH draws on a monthly basis, and I think we'll, like, approval pending receiving the appropriate draws to make payment. So,
Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
next we have Perry Street, storm sewer drainage, pedestrian improvements. We sent quotes to 5 firms, and we received 3 back. And we do want to try and make sure this happens this construction season, so we'll open these, and then if I can, maybe in unfinished business or other business, make a recommendation. The first quote is from Reith Riley Construction in the amount of $229,057.00. That's 229057.00. The next quote from Milestone Contractors is in the amount of $259,948. That's 259,948. And the third quote is from Pavey Excavating in the amount of $283,895. That's 283,895.
And would you like a motion to come back at the end of the meeting?
Do we need to do that? Is that what you want? I'll make a motion for us to address this at the end of the meeting.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Request to bid civic elevator pending.
We are working on putting together the bid package for the Civic elevator replacement. This is through CDBG. We don't have all the approvals yet, but we wanted to make sure that we could start the process as soon as those approvals did come in. So we just wanted to request to bid or quote that project pending HUD approval.
Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Nick, you anticipate it's probably going to need to be a bid, right?
Yes, it will probably need to be a bid.
This is an important project. I appreciate everyone working together on this to make sure HUD funds, we can get this approved. There's a long approval process, but obviously, we need this elevator to work. It's been a long time coming, especially for those senior citizens that struggle with the stairs. We appreciate their patience and all the groups that have used it, but this needs to continue to happen. So, further comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Request approval for Sourcewell crack seal machine.
We are working very hard on having our street department successful with crack sealing operations. We do not currently have a crack sealer. It went down on the first day that they really started moving on the crack sealing operations. We did get quotes from Sourcewell. We looked at 3 different manufacturers. Sourcewell allows us to buy directly from pre-qualified distributors and manufacturers. Our quotes were with a step machine, and that was going to be a little bit less than my recommendation. That was going to be $70,000, but it was a demo unit, so it was an old model, and the original price on it was higher than what I'm recommending. So the other one we looked at was a Simline, which is very comparable, almost exactly what they have currently, but new model, and that was at $107,000. We looked at different options also with the Super Shot, and I would recommend the Super Shot 250 DC. The DC means that the C has a compressor on it, so we've had issues. We would have to have a 4-man crew in order to pull our compressor. This allows for a three-person crew to do crack sealing operations by adding that compressor. The cost is $96,176.40, and been working with Clerk Treasurer Parthun on probably additional appropriation. So pending those funds being available, but if we approve this, then we can get ordering. It will be, I think they said 3-4 weeks at least. They do have, as early as the end of this week, a lease unit that we can start getting out there and crack sealing, because we really would like to do that before leaf pickup and all that.
And this is keeping our good roads good. I think this is extremely important. Appreciate Nick's work, Mike's work, and the team. We have 3 people that crack seal the majority of the week, every week now, and I think this is extremely important, and the investment in this machine will be much less than the investment of repaving roads that have fallen apart. So, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Comments?
Mayor, just again, to reiterate what Nick said, it's not the lowest quote that we received, but by far it'll be the least expensive over the life of the equipment because of the savings in staffing it.
Yeah.
Then-
And also,
Type of machine.
Sourcewell allows us to buy the right equipment. So we also are looking at, what is the right piece of equipment for us? So having that compressor, having, all the elements that the Super Shot have are going to work, I think, very well with our street department.
So but that delivery of that machine will not arrive till when? 'Cause I know you mentioned like a lease in between, so we would.
Yeah.
We would have the use of one
Correct.
quickly.
And it would probably
to
be
sort
the
of beat the season,
exact
right?
machine, so.
Okay, so, and when would this one arrive then?
They said about 4 weeks.
Oh, so-
is
okay,
the guess.
okay.
But the leased one will be here, we hope.
They're trying to have it available for us at the end of this week.
Excellent.
Okay.
Further comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. As well as we talk about, to Nick's point, we don't want to go with the lowest bid, and I would, as you three, or as you evaluate the paving, keep that in mind as well. We've had a good paving season. People have noticed a difference in the expectation that comes with the bid. Avenue agreement.
So building off of our push for more pavement preservation, we're seeing our pavements lasting, a resurface lasting functionally 7 to 8 years, and we really need to be getting 10. So we need to be doing things a little differently. Avenue is a great group. They are well-connected in understanding materials, and then they also have a lot of experience with INDOT. So we're looking to engage them to help, one, with looking at how we're doing street operations generally, how we can maybe be more efficient so that we can get more done with the funds we have. And then we're also working with them. They have some leadership that is extremely well experienced in working directly with INDOT, so we can have the discussions at a very high level regarding potential relinquishment and Lincoln Way and how we make our downtown more livable. So they're a great group for this. We have an agreement. I think it probably will be, it's an not hourly agreement, but we're thinking probably around $45,000 for the year, for the remainder of the year is the estimate. And I do have that available in professional services. So I would recommend approval. Just very, very exciting opportunity for us to work with a great group and trying to do things better and more efficient.
Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion. One thing I'd like to say is the partnership that we have here, the individual is the former mayor of Franklin that was able to remove truck traffic off the downtown within 8 months by using other current highways, as well as he was also the head of INDOT at the state, has great relationships, and Avenue has some programs where they will even look at your road needs and fund some of that up front while we pay over time, because our council, the public wants to see more roads done, and this gives us an opportunity to do so. So we're excited about this partnership, and Nick's focus will be directly on that and the truck traffic off downtown. So it's a good agreement.
So Mayor, I mean, is that part of the remit of this, of Avenex, is to help with that?
Avenue, yes.
I'm sorry, Avenue, yeah, not Avenex,
Correct.
Avenue.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's task-based, so the 2 tasks we'll start on, and we're looking at the potential, a lot of communities around Indianapolis have with different funding mechanisms and things that we just haven't seen here in northern Indiana. So we have several tasks that we would like them to help us with, and it will be task order-based work. So.
Okay. Yeah, no, well, so 2 things. One, I didn't see that there's a not to exceed.
No,
This one?
no, it's hourly, and we're keeping track of budget and trying to keep it under that amount.
So each, like when they're engaged, you've got a sense of here's what we expect the
Yeah.
work to be and the amount to be.
Correct, yep.
For whatever you're asking them
Yes.
for. Okay. And the second thing is just, I mean, kind of getting to the truck traffic. I'm sure I'm not the only one, but I wish I had a dash cam to pay attention to what goes on downtown. And you see, and I know a lot of people get fired up about it, but, you know, you see a 55-foot-long trailer cutting the corner through Lincoln Way and pulling up to Pine Lake Avenue. Traffic's out backing up past, Roxy Music Shop, right? Because no one can move around. One truck goes through, that's the light. So now you could say, well, it's just inconvenience. Well, it's inconvenience, plus I think there's a safety issue with the cars sitting in intersections, and then, people get upset and they want to pass. Yeah, it's just horrendous. So really, I would love to
Take the rearview mirror off of my truck.
So anyway, I appreciate the fact that this may assist in that as well, so.
But this contract is just for this current year, or to end in this calendar year, and you're looking at, and it's within your budget, and we're looking at about 45,000, is that correct?
Yeah, I have it within my budget for this year, and I would probably be able to cover portions of it if it extends.
Into 26?
But I don't know that I have enough to cover the entire 26, which is
No, but
which
we
is
hope
fine.
we can have discussion with
Yeah.
street,
Yeah.
water, wastewater to help fund as the bigger picture, because we're spending more time working as a group versus individually.
Yeah, this seems like a longer, like
And the-
it'll need to be, go further into the future.
Yeah, and this is
Yes.
on-call service agreement with rates through the end of 2026.
Oh, it is through the end of 26, okay, thank you.
Yeah, sorry, I was just saying, my budget can cover 25, I've figured a way to cover the 25 year, and I just need to probably look at next year, so.
We've got good team department heads. We
Gotcha.
appreciate them in advance. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Ms. Romine, thank you for your attendance today. Have a great day.
You guys too.
Lockmuller Agreement.
So we have Nice doing a lot of the oversight for the well field project, primarily the wells, but there is a lot of interaction with road projects as well, and then a trail project. This is an on-call, not to exceed $50,000 for really, they've got John Smith is a great local guy who knows the projects in that area because he's been on a lot of them and can be available to us just to provide that extra communication and oversight. It's not a full-time position or anything. It's just so that we can make sure that between HRP and Nice's oversight and the city, we're making sure the residents are taken care of during the process and everything as well. So I would recommend approval for this, and I know Mayor thinks I use them a lot, but really, we have a great kind of construction inspection team locally for them, so it does work very well into a lot of our programs.
Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second, discussion. And they do great work, so we've appreciated, especially like on Truesdale. They were lead on that, so. Further comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Andrea Smith, welcome.
Well, good morning, board members. Andrea Smith, HR Director. And I also want to throw 2 cents in about the crack sealer, since I've been involved in it. My understanding, Nick, is that the crack sealer will help our PACER rating, is that correct?
Correct.
So it's really a good thing, the crack sealer. Anyway, I just want everyone to know October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. That's why I'm wearing pink today, reminding everyone to get in for a screening, please. I also would like to give a shout out to my son, Sean Smith, and all runners and competitors who will be running the Chicago Marathon this weekend. He's running it for my husband, and wishing them all a safe race. All right, going back to business. I'd like to introduce and bring up Dawn Gonda and Innovative Broker Solutions at Eric Gibson from High Street. We have, to highlight some exciting changes we have coming to our dental benefit, along with our ancillary lines being offered to all employees. So I will bring them both up, and they will say a few words.
Morning. Thank you, Andrea.
Good morning.
All right,
Welcome.
Eric Gibson with High Street. So as you guys know, you've got a lot of ancillary benefits coming up for renewal. So just a quick overview of that. We did go to market, try to negotiate the best terms for y'all. Life insurance, we do recommend staying with Equitable. By doing so, we can actually add dental, and they're going to hold the current life rate. On the dental side of things, moving from MetLife to Equitable is actually going to be below current. So MetLife did come in with a pretty hefty renewal. Equitable is going to be, again, below current, so it's fantastic. And they're also going to be enhancing the benefits with teeth whitening as a covered benefit. On the vision side, I recommend staying with Met. You guys have a fantastic plan with that second pair of rider, as well as the pricing is fantastic. The STD with Lincoln Financial, also recommend moving that to Equitable. The pricing is going to be below current on that as well. And there's going to be some enhancements that Don's going to touch on here in a moment. Voluntary life, also recommend keeping with Equitable. It's just going to simplify things with carriers. And then the worksite products, you guys currently offer American Fidelity on a lot of those. We're going to continue offering American Fidelity, or that's the recommendation, but then also adding accident and hospital indemnity through Mutual of Omaha, as well as critical illness through MetLife.
Sorry, what was the American Fidelity? What ancillary service was that?
Yeah.
Benefit, sorry.
Yeah, so that's accident, hospital indemnity, critical illness, lots of those kind of voluntary policies. So just additional options, not taking anything away. Just want to give some more robust options for the employees. And with that, I'll have Dawn.
Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second. Discussion? Welcome.
Good morning. So with adding the critical illness coverage with MetLife, what we're doing, it's also offered through American Fidelity, but we're able to remove the pre-existing condition limitation on the critical illness. And we're also able to add to that coverage for cancer, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, loss of speech, hearing, sight, and severe burns. So a little bit of a benefit enhancement, and especially removing the pre-existing condition limitation.
Further comments?
Just, it's fantastic to be able to reduce costs while adding benefits.
Yes,
That's
yes.
very rare.
And then with the Mutual of Omaha, adding in the accident coverage, we're increasing some of the benefit levels that are already provided through the American Fidelity policy, and also increasing the wellness to a $100 reimbursement. So for people that go, they get their wellness checks, they get a $100 reimbursement. And then with adding the hospital indemnity, we're doubling the hospital admission benefit and also removing the pre-existing condition limitation.
To your point, I don't know what else you can say besides we're fortunate, so when you see increases happening everywhere else. But all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Thank you both, or all three of you.
I just have one other thing to add to all this, and this goes to the team that's around me and our employees. So due to our due diligence and discipline, there will be no premium increase for City of LaPorte employees for medical, dental, or vision in 2026. And I want to thank Mayor Dermody and Courtney Parthune for all their work towards this. Thank you.
Also, while you're here, it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, as you've stated. Would you mind reading this proclamation for us, Andrea Smith, please, while you're
surprise.
there at the mic? We have these pinwheels that we'll be putting out front, outside City Hall. Northwest Health did it. I think it's a great idea, so we'll be putting these out front.
City of LaPorte, Indiana, proclamation. Whereas, while considerable progress has been made in the fight against breast cancer, it remains the most commonly diagnosed cancer and the second leading cause of death among women in the United States. And whereas, every 2 minutes, a woman is diagnosed with breast cancer, and 30% of new women's cancer diagnoses will be for breast cancer. And whereas, 1 out of every 8 women in the United States will be diagnosed with breast cancer during her lifetime. And whereas in 2025, an estimated 316,000 new cases of invasive breast cancer are expected to be diagnosed in women in the U.S., and 59,800 new cases of non-invasive breast cancer. And whereas men can also get breast cancer, and an estimated 2,800 men will be diagnosed with it in 2025. And whereas there are more than 4.3 million breast cancer survivors in the United States, including women still being treated and those who have completed treatment. And whereas, as we display pink ribbons and wear pink clothing, we are supportive to those in our community who are courageously fighting breast cancer and honor the lives of those lost during this disease. Now, therefore, I, Thomas P. Dermody, Mayor of the City of LaPorte, State of Indiana, and further declare the month of October 25 as Breast Cancer Awareness Month in LaPorte, and urge our community to unite all people to prevent breast cancer deaths through increased education, early detection, and regular screenings. I, in witness whereof, I hereunto set my hand and great seal of the City of LaPorte, State of Indiana, this 6th day of October 2025. Thomas P. Dermody, Mayor, City of LaPorte.
Thank you.
Thank you,
And
sir.
please keep in mind all those in your thoughts and prayers, those that are fighting this horrendous disease, family, friends, or have lost their battle. So let's keep them all in our minds to overcome. One day, we'll be able to say we've won the battle over cancer, so. Okay, so with that, we'll move on back to the paving discussion. And again, my point is, let's make sure we're just not doing lowest bid without the quality being a part of that, no matter who you choose. Mr. Minnick, how are things looking?
No, so all of our quotes were over.
Microphone, sorry, I cut it.
All of our quotes were over. Our projects generally will quote up to $150,000, and that's state statute. We combined two projects where we're doing sidewalk and ramp work with storm sewer work. Our estimates were right at that 150. All of them came in over. So legally, we can't award. We have to either rescope and quote again or go through the bid process. So I think I would recommend we reject the quotes, and I will put out a public bid immediately, and then we can hopefully award at the next meeting.
And if we reject the bid, does that allow you to negotiate direct with vendors?
Well,
No,
No.
but I
talking
don't,
about right now?
Yes.
Well, these are just quotes, they're not bids.
Okay.
And so, quoting is a little legally easier to do. I think this sounds like the engineering department thought it would be quite a bit less than the quote, than what we got.
Sure.
So legally, we want to get this project done. We cannot accept any of those because they're over 150.
But the hope is still to get it done this year.
yes, correct.
So you need us to reject the bid.
No,
Reject the quotes and
Reject the
allow us
quotes.
to
Yep.
rescope and requote or rebid based on scope. So,
Do I have a motion to reject the quote?
So moved.
Second, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Any public comment? I forgot.
I don't think there is any, Mayor. Kevin Watterson just asked for people to buy tickets for homecoming.
Buy tickets, LaPorte, Michigan City. Homecoming this week. They had a great start at the homecoming parade last night. So thank you for all that came out.
Department head reports.
Anybody with department head reports that would like to share anything? Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.